more credit than he ever got. And I'd like you to put your hands together, please, for Roy Lana. Thank you very much.
I thought Rob was talking about me then, but he wasn't. So, on June the 3rd, 2017, 3 machete-wielding terrorists drove a rented van into pedestrians on London Bridge before rampaging through Borough Market, slashing, stabbing and murdering innocent people in nearby pubs and restaurants. Having kicked and battered their way through locked glass doors at the Black and Blue restaurant, they came face to face with an unarmed man that refused to run away, allowing around 30 others in the venue to get to safety. Instead of running, he faced up to them, now famously having declared, and I don't think we're just past the watershed, but I'm going to say it anyway, fuck you, I'm Millwall.
No one likes it.
Relating, as I can hear from the front row here, to the football team he passionately supports. Buying time for the armed police to eventually arrive and shoot the terrorists dead. It is now thought that this man had saved hundreds of lives once the intended actions of these 3 terrorists had been taken into consideration. Badly injured and hospitalised for 8 deep stab wounds, this man's life had changed forever. His name is Roy Lana. He is the Lion of London Bridge. Ladies and gentlemen, a true modern day hero, Roy Lana. So, Roy, this is the first time we've done this, isn't it?
Yes, it is, yeah.
Yeah. So, tell us a little bit about your upbringing, because you grew up on the Ledbury estate in Peckham, and I think most people here, apart from maybe the guys at the front here, only know Peckham for only 40 years.
The old Cliff Road, I grew up in the old Cliff Road, part of Peckham, on the council estate there. Lived there for many years. Mum lived there for 50 years before she moved a couple of years ago. Yeah, just a normal
life.
Well, it's normal life. Yeah, but it was good life. It was good life. It's what we do and what we made of it.
And after school, you went into the printing trade, didn't you?
Yes. I mean, after school, I was asked to go do a job, and it turned out to be. I was lucky. The job I went for was actually a telecommunications company, Cable Wireless, which turned into Murphy Communications, you probably know of.
Yeah.
But they trained me up to be a printer. I ended up being a printing all there, in-house printing. I ended up down there for about 25 years.
So all this really just shows you're a normal guy.
Yeah.
And everything that's happened to you in the last few years is not something that you were expecting.
Never, no, it's not the normal.
So, probably the second, I know I'm going to get some noise from the front row here. Probably the second most famous thing about you now is that you support Millwall.
Yeah.
So how did that start? And let's talk about it. What are some of your best and worst memories?
Well, we're living on a council estate. We do everything we can to make ourselves occupied, everything else we can do. And the BMXs, we used to drive up the Millwall football grounds about a mile away. We used to drive up the BMXs. There's a little one there.
That's the old den, yeah?
Yeah, but it was the old ground race track. And there was a hill where you can see about 3/4 of the ground. So, like, we didn't have much money then. We used to sit on the hill, watch half the game, or most of the game, so they open the gates, and then go in. And that's how I went to Millwall. And then from an age of about 11 or 12, then I started going a few away games, and I started going to Millwall, and we used to bunk in sometimes, and in old grounds you can jump the wall.
There are police, you know that, don't you? There are police. and I'm a Spurs fan, I've got my own names.
That's what I'm saying, I'm going to tell you what the hill was called. And,
these guys are. Okay, so let's come on to that fateful day of June the 3rd, which is now 8 years ago. So, can you take us in your own words?
Yeah,
That day.
I mean, I was down Bow Market, but I was living just about 5 minutes away from there. I was staying at someone's house. They put me up. I was having problems, personal problems with the ex and that, and someone offered me a room to try to sort myself out. On the night, my mate phoned me up and said, "Do you want to play some Muslim Champions League?" I had a little win on the, I don't know if you spoke out on the win on the derby that morning. Yeah, on the thing. And I thought, yeah, let's go out. Because you can't afford to bring the prices down at Bow Market, it's too dear. But yeah, went out, a normal hot night, it's probably the hottest day of the year. Everything was good, pub all packed, everything else. I think we left one of the pubs, 6-2 packed at half time. I went to the market porter, knew the manager there, and he just said, "Come, let's go for the last one over the road." And that last one ended up being maybe a fatal thing, but maybe a good thing in the end. Yeah, just like a restaurant.
I think it was, so it was probably a good thing for everyone else.
Yeah, I mean, you never know that a Cherwich happened. I mean, 2 weeks before was the Manchester one. It's always in your mind. Westminster one was happened in March. It's always that thing, but you never thought it had happened to yourself.
No.
It's like a plane crash happening in India. You never thought you'd still go to plane. But yeah, something did feel right. Everyone was running around, but it could have been after the game. People were running for the trains, everything else.
So you actually felt from quite early on that something wasn't right?
Well, when people were running around, I mean, there's a lot of things there, especially when we move like football as well. There's never any trouble around that way. Which is close to obviously Millwall, which or baseball. And no, but we thought everything was happening. It's only when we had a wall in front of us, it's only when the rest of the side jumping up on the tables, everything else, you realise something ain't right here. And let alone they would have killed 8 people and still standing.
Which you weren't to know at that time.
No. And it's only when I think it was a girl come over and tried to lock the door. But they've come up the ramp, 3 of them, and started kicking the door straight away. And they kicked through and bended it straight away. And do you know what? I was out with an old man, and that's, I've said this straight after when I come out of hospital. I was out with an old man, and that's what I was worried about. He was with us, and yeah, they burst through the door and just started stabbing.
Well, I've written down here, and I don't think anyone will disagree with me. Human instincts, when we find ourselves in a threatening position, are going to be fight or flight. And considering what you were up against, and I have written it down here because this is something that really got to me. I'm pretty sure that most of us here would have chosen flight, and myself included. Will include myself in that. So, what made you stay, knowing that they were armed, and take them on with absolutely nothing to protect yourself with? I know there's a few people here who will say, no, I might have done the same thing, but I think people like Roy are few and far between. So what was going through your head?
I think it was the old bloke out with us at that time to make sure he got out of the way first, and then I got the blows into his chest, then his stomach, and then it's just fight. You fight for your life. And then there's another terrorist joining you. They're trying to get through things. I'm just swinging and fighting, and yeah, it's scary at times, but you just got no choice.
It must have been absolutely petrifying, and of course, I don't
think you've got time to even be petrified. I think you just got to fight for your. So I mean, the stories there, people were telling me that. They were telling everyone.
This was the Black and Blue restaurant, and because of these terrorists doing what they were doing, there were another 30 people in there apart from Roy who were absolutely terrified. Roy standing up to them, and this really does deserve a round of applause. Roy standing up to them and doing what he did, allowed those 30 people to get away, and that's what they did. And Roy stayed until the police arrived and carried on getting stabbed and slashed. I think that's a true hero.
You don't even hear from the people that were actually there. So I actually like bumped into them or met them through social media. That they kind of say thank you, like saving your life. And
yeah, I mean
there's kids in that.
That must be. We'll come to that, but you're still there. You're badly injured. So how did you feel when the police eventually arrived to relieve you of what you were doing?
They did, and I had to get out of the restaurant in the end. I had to get out of the restaurant. There was no police about at the moment at the time.
So how long did it take you?
It's probably you're fine for about 45 seconds. You're getting battered.
Yeah.
And then I tried to turn. I bumped into this big table. I fractured my ribs. But all I thought, I got caught once. I never thought about was slashes. My ear was hanging off. My head was pouring blood. All I thought was one stab wound. That's all I thought I had.
When did it sink in what you'd done?
Well, sure, I come out the thing. I started knocking on pub doors to let me in. There was an ambulance that pulled up. I got to the window, and they drove away. I was in out of consciousness. I know the rules are. I know, but the rules are.
This is all his mates laughing in the
You couldn't believe it. I was in out of consciousness. I banged on the help me, but I think it's the rules. They can't. They don't know who I am. I suppose they can't stop. And then I just dropped, and then within about 10-20 seconds after, I think the BMW the gun people, they turned up and started shooting around me. I was really got attacked again. I mean, gutting parties, I've never been shown CCTV, which...
This must have felt like an age, however long it lasted.
Ages. Apparently, actually, he phoned me and I was like, saying I'm dying on the street. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad they shot me, around me.
And then you were rushed to hospital eventually.
I was eventually rushed to hospital when the local police turned up. There was no police about. There was no police
Still
about.
no police about?
No, it's only when there was a couple of unarmed officers, I think, that they backed off. But it's actually the armed response people turned up, then they shot them. I think there was a picture of me sitting outside one of the pubs with bandaged head. I think local police had like the first aid kit. I look like Terry Butcher. I was sitting outside I think it was I can't remember the pub. One of the pubs at the corner of Bow Market.
Yeah.
And I look like Terry Butcher.
It's South London, I've got no
I think they just had the first aid kit. But they did chuck me in the back of the van, back of the car, looked like I'd been to hospital.
Yeah.
And I remember they showed me the CCTV there, and I think the bumps with the with fractures and everything else was telling me like leave your ear alone. And all I remembered was I thought I was getting stabbed here. But the bumps, imagine how fast they were going.
And at any point would you feel your life?
I was coming in out. I was in out of consciousness. I was in out of consciousness. Yeah.
And did the police come to see you in hospital?
Only for a statement. Yeah. They apparently I know of now. They do like a few statements.
Yeah.
Once you remember straight away, and then they do it again. I was never used in the inquest though.
Right. And how long were you in hospital for?
I was in hospital 2 weeks. I mean, I can't praise the medical staff straight away.
Yeah. And what hospital was that?
St Thomas's.
St Thomas's.
Yeah. I mean, they stitched me up. They take me up.
So, once this story had reached the press,
I think, I mean, there was only like 3 of us that went to St Thomas's, all the rest to another hospital. I had an armed guard outside the door, which I couldn't remember. People tried to come in and see me, but there was an armed guard there. I think because the election was on, we had all the world's press based at the hospital because of the Westminster.
Yeah.
So they was worried about other things and people getting to me.
Yeah.
And I think they took me there, no one knew I was there. But yeah, I know response.
There was probably some West Ham fans in the start. So I've got to get my away from the spare time. So once the story had reached the press, I think it's fair to say feelings towards you seem to be quite mixed.
Yes, well, not at the time. I think it got no. I think it come out on Tuesday. I've been headline in the Sun newspaper. Yeah, if you're on the wall. Yeah, that was good, but at the same time, I mean, everything was good there. I couldn't move from the hospital bed for a while. I mean, when I was in hospital, but I did finally walk around a little bit. I had some lovely old ladies come up to me, crying their eyes out, give me a cuddle. Nice.
Does it hurt you that you've never been officially recognised for your heroic actions, and it could be because...
What means more than that? What means more is the people.
Yeah,
that give
I'm
us
glad to
support.
hear that.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that.
And West Ham fans, and
yeah, even West Ham fans. I think you've had a speech Spurs as well.
Everyone in the football world just give me. You might get 1,000 comments, you might get one bad one, but I think it's a lefty.
I'm sorry, nothing.
The sad part of it is we're in a world of madness at the moment, and have been for a while. There was an incident, I'd done 6 months or 9 months prior to that. I had an argument with, they was marching about Trump and Theresa May. I think the left-wing students had an argument with them. And as soon as I came out of hospital, the police wanted me to interview. And I said something, and they got me nicked.
Yeah.
They got me nicked straight away. They were going to your face. They were press charges. And
I think that might be, well, I think it's definitely the reason that some people...
And it's happening, it's still happening sometimes today.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the world we live in at the moment, and yeah, it's bad.
So look, this is, because I've got to know you over the past few months.
Yeah.
And I find you a really nice guy, Rob.
Yeah, thank you.
But the main thing is that this incident has changed your life completely. We talked about earlier, you know, how you just grew up in Peckham, and how, you know, he just had an ordinary life. He didn't expect any of this to happen to him. Yeah, maybe some shady things in the past, but no angel.
We get on in life, and
but this has changed your life completely. So would you say this has made you a different person, and if so, how has it made you a different person?
it's never made me a different person. I mean, to get back to reality, and you still never get back to reality, but to get back into a normal life, it's took about 3 or 4 years in thinking. I had no counselling for that. They've done all these things, they have all these things set up after the terror attacks, but no counselling after. I think I've got 3 months talking therapies, which helped in a way, but all I think about the fight or flight thing that you mentioned, I think I can be qualified myself now in a way where you've had to do things yourself.
So, I know it sounds a strange thing to say, but there's actually been some good come out of this in things, in terms of things that you yourself have learned.
Yes and no. I mean, yeah. I mean, you never get out at night like that, fateful night.
I'm not saying it's good by any means.
I mean, we're being invited now to fittings of survivor things, which they're blanking for 8 years.
Yeah.
So now I'm on their list. So now, hopefully, no one else will go through what I went through.
No. Well, the most important thing, of course, is you get invited to things like the Harvard Literary Festival.
Yes.
That's the best thing, obviously.
It's lucky this part of the world.
So you've got a wonderful partner, Tracy, who's in the audience.
Yeah.
There's Tracy, who has stood by you throughout this whole ordeal, and you've got a beautiful daughter. And how has all this affected them?
Probably needs a medal more than I do. I mean, afterwards, I got out of London. I moved out of London. I mean, I had a friend, Jane Dummier, just GoFundMe. I was over Southern Circle at the time. I bought a nice caravan. But then when you're you got your post-traumatic stress disorder. I ended up smashing it up. I've got no help. I prevent chasing it up because of something I said apparently to him who done me help. He got me nicked. That was Bill Coyle, the Labour MP, who himself got nicked at Parliament for calling someone from Yeah. He got 5-day whip tank away. I got a 2-year banning order for Southern Council. There's a lot of difference. But yeah, ended up smashing her out, and yeah, Tracy took me in, having worse, and yeah, hopefully, yeah, she needs a medal more than me.
I think we ought to have a big round of applause for Tracy as well. So, you're still fighting for criminal compensation?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get it because it was because of the rant to the MP. I had unspent convictions for a communal order. A silly minor offence that's taught me not giving compensation. I mean, you can fall off your bunk bed in prison and claim.
Yeah.
No, I haven't got it. And yeah, you don't know, one day they might change the rules.
Well, Red Bus Movies, and Dougie is here. He's at the back, and he owns and runs Red Bus Movies. He's an award-winning writer and screenwriter, done a lot of things that you would know. They are making a dramatisation for TV of this now well-documented piece of history. So how are you going to feel being portrayed by someone else in a TV drama? Who would you like to play you first of all? Michael Brandon's here, so he's...
I think it's actually a Tottenham supporter playing me.
Is it?
So he better learn his lines, the proper lines.
He'll be fine. We don't like West Ham either. So do you hope that might lead or help lead to getting some justice, like the post office scandal did?
Yeah, and I've got to support. I mean, there's a few people there. I'm up for the George Cross still. He put it out there all the time to try and get rid of George Cross. Things like that. I've been awarded now over last year the Royal Humane Society silver medal for baby, which was royal approved.
Yeah.
So that was last year. So that was 7 years after. So you never know. The king is now patient of that. You never know. They might look into things. Yeah.
Sir Roy Lana.
Maybe.
Yeah,
no.
could be.
That'd be funny, wouldn't it?
So let's go on to the book. You've got to tell your story in writing this, The Lion of London Bridge, and you will be signing copies of that straight after this interview. They are £10 each, by the way, but if you pay with the card, it's £11.50. But cash is £10, and it's well worth it. You've heard what this man has done, and it's all in here. So, did you find it therapeutic to put all of that down on paper? Did it help the process?
I mean, at the time, I only had 3 months talking therapies, as we mentioned, and that was just going through everything over and over again.
Because you did have to revisit your darkest moments as well, didn't you?
Yeah,
so
you did.
That couldn't have been easy.
And then I turned on social media again after about 3 or 4 years, and I had about 4 or 5 people wanted me to do a book, was interested, and I picked Damon Aldi eventually, so I had a good talk with him.
Yeah.
And it was just like going over it again. But he was a ghostwriter, so he helped you out.
Yes.
And it was, yeah, I'm glad I did.
Yeah.
I'm glad I did. It was,
well, I've read through it, unlike Helen Lederer's book last year, which she had a go at me for, if you will. But
I was always wary of people. I was always wary of anything after that.
But no, you've covered a lot of your life, and you go into detail about that night. So, are you ready to talk to these wonderful people in the audience, and we'll open up some questions?
I hope so. Let's see.
All right. So, has anyone got a question for Roy? Oh, quite a few. This gentleman down here, have we got a? Are we using a mic?
Thank you. Thanks, Pat.
Who was asking a question?
Right. I come from Bermondsey, like yourself. Are you bitter? Are you very bitter towards them?
That's a good question.
That night.
Yes, I probably was after, where I don't think. Also, then I've been invited to do a podcast. I got invited to do a podcast in a mosque after, like a few years afterwards. Someone went to do that to understand their thing. Now, you say a bit against them. Yeah, I'm a bit against them all. But I was a bit, of course I was. And they're terrorists. They was, but they weren't terrorists, they was, what's the word? Of course they didn't kill me. They didn't kill me in the streets where I live. Yeah? Of course I was a bit of them. Is it about religion? Is it about something else? We can say the same about football teams. If, are you bitter against someone who just battered you? I think when kids were involved in that restaurant, the same as the Manchester one, I was, yeah, at that time. And I think the whole country was at that year.
Thank you.
I think so. Yeah.
Full marks to you, sir.
Hey.
With hindsight, I understand what you're saying about that decision that you made in an instant about fight or flight. But with hindsight, would you do that again?
I've been asked that so many times. I don't think you know until it happens.
Yeah.
I don't think you know until it happens. I mean, three people come in with knives, and as I said, I look back at the interviews straight after, and I've said it a couple of times, I was out with an old bloke, and that was made me probably stay there. If I weren't out with the old bloke, who knows? Yeah, I like to think so, yeah. Now, would definitely.
I think you're a hero, and I think people should applaud that.
Thank you.
And I think in the current environment, you're more of an Englishman. We're all Englishmen, right?
Yeah.
And we all fight for our country, fight for our community, fight for our people and our families and children. So I applaud you in terms of what you did. I think it's an extremely brave thing to do. I think given the situation, if anyone else was in that situation, a lot of people would run. I think you're absolutely right, they would run.
Yeah.
But there are a few people that would stand up and square up, which is what you did. So I applaud you. Well done.
Thank you. And there's still some heroes of that night still that no one knows about. Even those silly things, throwing like silly things at them to try and stop them. They're the unsung heroes as well. The girls tried to lock the door. They never get they never got the reward, which, and there's idiots out there that say they was there that night. They try to take rewards. They weren't even there. So I mean, it's a bad night for. I mean, you can say it's a bad year really, especially the Manchester one and the Westminster. This hope you don't happen again, but you know this world it will do.
Roy,
I'll wait for you.
what's it like to be a legend?
I don't look at that way, like.
But what's it like?
I let you know when I feel that way. I don't feel that way. I'm just like, as you said about medals, things like that. I'm still alive, and I get a lot of support from all fans, all around, even the world.
So do a lot of other people because of you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. And
Thank you, Roy.
yeah, and I appreciate all the comments I've had over the years that make me keep going. And it's nice. It's nice. From all facts life, all football. On a Saturday comes, it's different, or all backgrounds, you know what I mean, as well. So it's nice, and even for the like Muslim people as well, they've given loads of support as well. Which, do you know what? As we answered earlier, yeah, you can't be bitter about everything.
What's around you's house?
When you watch Bill every week, oh, he's hard. You don't understand that one.
No, he does. He's worse, mate. He does. They're worse.
Alright, Roy, I just want to thank you for your absolute honesty, your bravery as well, and I think you're an absolute epitome for what everything with a working class ever stood for.
Thank you.
Done, son.
Thank you.
It's great to see you back in, like, making a physical recovery, but the psychological aspect, I mean, that's got to be massive on yourself and your family, surely.
They never go away. They never go away. I mean, it helps. Every day helps. And this is another healing thing in front of people. Things like that. I don't know how Tracy's put up with it over so many years. But, yeah, until you've been in that sort of situation or been involved with all that profession somewhere and things like that, but it's took its toll on me.
God bless you, mate.
Yeah, thank you.
Well said.
Any other questions? Well, I got one. When the police were shooting the terrorist dead, was there any point where you thought that you might be shot by accident?
No, I got. All I remember was they pushed me down, said get down, and that woke me up again. And then the shooting woke me up because I must have been in a really bad way, unconscious. And I think I made a comment saying that's the best thing I've heard all night. It's something like that. And do you know what? Even the comments you get back, how can you say things like that when 3 people got dead?
Okay.
Well, how do you respond to like saying, they just had 38 people killed 8? It's
sorry, Ricky wants a question. Right, that's courageous, and I
thank you.
The Borough Market. When you came out and said, "I'm Millwall,"
Very close.
You transcend all of that. You must have transcended all of that. Tottenham, Chelsea, Millwall, but you came out and said you're Millwall, and that makes a difference for the area that you were in.
Yeah, and shortly before that, we was all down that way after the Wembley win. But it was something I couldn't remember until finally got it confirmed by the staff and things like that. It's something that I didn't know about until someone actually told me then, who I know who works there, they actually said it, that's where they got it all from. And you heard it on the CCTV at one point. And yes, I couldn't answer that. And it probably might be because of the bloke and an arsenal on. Yeah, one of the two had an arsenal shop on.
Why does that not surprise you?
And that could have been one of the reasons why I said it. He had an Arsenal top one, we were some fake, well, we don't know it's a fake suicide belt, and we were a big life hanging out, like strapped to his hands. And that's probably why they're stabbing me, going about her and all that, and I've done it why. But I think, and someone put up, it's probably the best statement that Churchill said, we're fighting on the beaches. It's good.
I just want to ask you, did you get to keep the milk crate afterwards?
That weren't me.
If you did, if you can get it back off the old bill, you signed that for me, I'll give you 500 notes.
It weren't me that threw the milk crates. It weren't me that threw the milk crates and that. But there was one young man, a Spanish man, he started throwing his skateboard at trying to help one girl get her throat slit. Apparently now he should be made a saint himself. He got killed in it. He should be made a saint. All he was trying to do was trying to whack him with a skateboard. The Romanian bloke had the crate. Yeah, I don't know what happened to that. Me, I couldn't even pick up the. You just don't have time to pick up anything. People go, why don't you pick the store up? Why don't you do this?
You didn't need to. You said, I am Millwall, bring it on.
But it's got Millwall famous around the world.
No, but you're the first fucking line of defence, brother.
Yeah, not done more though. I'm getting old.
You are
think that's a very fine thing to be. I am Tottenham. I was born,
I had number there.
I was born in Tottenham. I went to school at Tottenham Grammar, and incidentally, the Tottenham Hotspur Football Club is founded by an old boy of Tottenham Grammar School, Bobby Buckle.
Yeah.
Yeah. And is this Spurs Arsenal connection? When Bobby Buckle founded Tottenham Hotspur, the Woolwich Arsenal Football Club sent in 1882, remember, 50 guineas to buy boots and equipment. There is no stupid rivalry between football clubs.
No.
They're all football clubs.
Yeah.
And when we have the famous North London derby, well, whichever one wins, obviously play better than the other one.
Yeah.
So, there we are. I'm very happy you are Millwall, and I'm very happy.
On the Saturday, there's always rivalry. There's always rivalry, whether it's non-league, whether it's thingy, there's always rivalry there. But I can't thank enough the support I've had from every football team, and especially around the world as well. From every football team, even the teams you hate. I've had brilliant support. Yeah, all good support.
Just on that note, and you know, with all seriousness, we've got a lot of different sports and football teams here, and we've had a bit of banter about it. But just in this week, we lost Diogo Jota, very sadly, a 28-year-old footballer, and his 26-year-old brother. And I've watched this week as the football family has come together. It doesn't matter whether they support Liverpool or Tottenham or Everton. When it actually matters, and likewise with what Roy's done, it doesn't matter whether you support Millwall or Tottenham or West Ham or Arsenal or anyone, or even if you don't support a football club. And I think then we really see how people feel. Banter is one thing, but when it actually comes down to it, I think we all become one. And I think that has happened with Roy as well, and I'm very pleased to see that it's happened with Roy.
About 2 years ago, we lost last year when we died in a car crash.
Yeah.
Last year we lost our goalkeeper.
Yes.
Right, so yeah, we've been in the same situation as now with the Liverpool striker. We lost the chairman 2 years ago to the day, and now we lost our goalkeeper last year. No matter how fit or big you are, yeah, I mean, I didn't lost my life 8 years ago. I just want to now enjoy the rest of it, hopefully somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's lovely.
And I don't think let's hope Millwall get up to the Premier League one day. We'll enjoy it on Saturday.
Yeah, I'm not going to go that far.
Roy, thank you for hosting. Roy, outstanding. Just the last thing. A few people haven't been able to attend today, but I send their love.
Thank you.
From East London, Millwall,
thank you,
and South London. Thank you very much, and a lot of love and a lot of respect. John, would you like to add to that?
Danny said everything that we need to hear. It takes a lot of courage to sit there and do what you've done.
Yeah, and you know what, you sort of made it nice and easier for me today, which I appreciate.
That's a pleasure.
Yeah, so I was shitting myself earlier.
Okay, I think that's it. I just want to say one thing before we finish, right? So, I was talking to Roy the other night, and it wasn't just the people he saved that night, right? It's the children that wouldn't have been born from those people. This is a long history and the trauma that goes with it. So in that, we offer you our true respect and love. And thank you very much. Please give her a big round of applause, please. Rick, thanks so much.